As we get older, our bodies start sending us quiet signals, a little stiffness in the joints, fatigue after a short walk, or that foggy feeling when trying to recall something simple. You might brush it off as just aging, but the truth is, what we eat plays a much bigger role than most people realize. Foods we once loved, even ones we thought were healthy, could now be silently draining our energy, inflaming our joints, and accelerating aging. Especially hidden sugars and refined carbs that sneak into our daily meals. But here's the good news. There are real foods, powerful, natural whole foods that can actually turn this around. These foods can help restore your energy, sharpen your memory, strengthen your muscles, and soothe those lingering aches. And today, I want to walk you through 7 of the best foods for adults over 60. And wait until you hear about number 7. It's something most people toss in the trash without a second thought, but it may just be one of the most important things you can eat today. So stay with me. This isn't just about what to eat, it's about feeling better, moving easier, and living fully at every age. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Elderly Health Tips for more simple, science-backed ways to stay strong and healthy. Let's get started. Let's start by exploring the first food. Spinach. Feeling tired, foggy, or stiff? One overlooked leafy green might be your secret weapon after 60. Let's talk about spinach. This isn't just a salad filler, it's one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. And for seniors, it's a game changer. Spinach is rich in magnesium and potassium, 2 minerals your heart needs to stay steady. According to a 2020 study from the American Heart Association, adults over 65 who consumed magnesium-rich vegetables like spinach at least 4 times per week had a 21% lower risk of developing hypertension. Why does that matter? After 60, your blood vessels tend to stiffen. Magnesium helps relax them, improving blood flow and reducing strain on the heart. For seniors dealing with high blood pressure, spinach can be a gentle, natural aid without the side effects of more pills. Worried about memory loss? You're not alone. Cognitive decline starts subtly forgetting appointments, names, or what you came into a room for. But here's the science. Spinach is high in folate, vitamin K, and lutein nutrients that protect your brain. A 12-year Harvard Nurses Health study tracking over 13,000 women found that those who ate leafy greens like spinach had a 40% slower rate of cognitive decline compared to those who didn't. And it's not just Harvard. A 2021 meta-analysis in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience linked high lutein intake to better visual memory and attention in older adults. Lutein crosses the blood-brain barrier and protects neurons from oxidative stress, basically like sunscreen for your brain cells. Iron is another hidden gem in spinach. It helps your body carry oxygen through your blood, which fuels your muscles, brain, and every organ. For seniors who feel weak or short of breath, even when doing light chores, iron deficiency could be part of the problem. According to the National Institutes of Health, nearly 10% of adults over 65 show signs of low iron, and fatigue is one of the first red flags. Here's a big one. Spinach is low in carbs and has virtually 0 sugar. Unlike root vegetables or processed foods, it doesn't spike blood glucose. That makes it perfect for seniors managing type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance. In fact, a 2019 study in the journal Nutrients showed that older adults who consumed leafy greens like spinach daily had significantly lower HbA1c levels, a key marker of long-term blood sugar control. Plus, spinach contains compounds like kaempferol and quercetin, which have been shown to reduce inflammation in aging joints. That's great news for anyone with arthritis or chronic knee pain. Did you know that vitamin K plays a key role in directing calcium to your bones? Without enough K, calcium can end up in your arteries instead, not good. Spinach gives you over 180% of your daily vitamin K in just 1 cooked cup. That's huge for preventing fractures and maintaining mobility. The Framingham Offspring study, published in the Journal of Nutrition, found that seniors with the highest vitamin K intake had a 65% lower risk of hip fractures over a 10-year period. How to eat it right. Steam it lightly to preserve nutrients. Raw in smoothies is great too. Always pair spinach with a little fat olive oil, nuts, or avocado to absorb the fat-soluble vitamins like A and K. Don't just eat it once a week, aim for at least 3-5 servings per week for lasting benefits. The second vegetable is very familiar to homemakers, cabbage. You don't need an expensive supplement or a trendy superfood, just one simple vegetable that's been on grandma's table for generations. Let's talk about cabbage, one of the most overlooked but powerful vegetables for seniors. It's affordable, widely available, and deeply nourishing for your body, especially after age 60. Cabbage is nearly carb-free and has almost zero sugar, which makes it a dream food for people managing diabetes, metabolic syndrome, or unwanted weight gain in later life. A cup of shredded raw cabbage has just 2 grams of net carbs, and yet it's packed with fiber, water, and essential nutrients. According to the American Diabetes Association, non-starchy vegetables like cabbage help regulate blood sugar, reduce post-meal spikes, and improve insulin sensitivity when consumed regularly. One of cabbage's biggest strengths is its vitamin C content. 1 cup of raw green cabbage provides over 50% of your daily requirement, while red cabbage gives you nearly 85%. Vitamin C is essential for immune function, collagen production, important for aging skin and joints, and fighting inflammation. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults with high vitamin C levels had a 33% lower risk of respiratory infections, including seasonal colds and even pneumonia. Cabbage is also an excellent source of vitamin K1, with 1 cup offering over 70% of the daily value. This nutrient plays a crucial role in directing calcium into bones and away from arteries, where it can cause damage. In the Framingham Offspring study, seniors with the highest vitamin K1 intake had a 65% lower risk of hip fractures and showed better bone density over 10 years. And on the cognitive side, vitamin K supports brain cell structure and reduces oxidative stress. A 2022 meta-analysis in Frontiers in Neurology linked higher vitamin K intake to slower cognitive decline in adults over 65. Here's where cabbage really shines. It's a natural prebiotic. Its fiber feeds beneficial gut bacteria, especially lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, which are critical for digestion, immune defense, and even mood stability. A 2020 clinical trial at the University of Colorado Boulder studied adults over 65 who consumed fermented cabbage, like sauerkraut, for 6 weeks. The result? Participants showed a 22% improvement in sleep quality, reduced constipation, and lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. Cabbage belongs to the cruciferous vegetable family alongside broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. These veggies are rich in glucosinolates, compounds that help your liver detoxify harmful substances and reduce inflammation. A long-term study published in the International Journal of Cancer in 2019 followed 88,000 women aged 55-75. Those who ate cruciferous vegetables at least 4 times per week had a 34% lower risk of colon cancer and a 25% lower risk of breast cancer compared to women who rarely ate them. For older adults, especially women after menopause, these benefits are significant. How to prepare and enjoy. Cabbage is incredibly versatile. You can steam it, stir-fry it, ferment it, or eat it raw. Try making a simple slaw with apple cider vinegar, olive oil, and a pinch of sea salt. Or add fermented cabbage to a rice bowl or sandwich to boost probiotics. Just avoid overcooking. Boiling cabbage for too long can destroy its vitamin C content and release sulfur compounds that cause that strong odor many people dislike. The third food is eggs. 1 large egg contains 6-7 grams of complete protein, meaning it includes all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to build and repair muscle. And here's the truth. After age 60, sarcopenia or age-related muscle loss is a silent threat. According to the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle, seniors lose 3-8% of their muscle mass per decade, accelerating after age 70. A clinical trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2018 found that older adults who consumed 2 eggs daily for 12 weeks alongside light exercise, retained significantly more lean muscle, and had 15% better grip strength than those who didn't eat eggs. And remember, muscle isn't just for lifting things, it's about walking, balance, avoiding falls, and staying independent. Egg yolks are the richest natural source of choline, a nutrient most seniors aren't getting enough of. Choline is vital for producing acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter tied to memory and learning. In a Framingham offspring study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, researchers followed 1,391 adults for 10 years. Those with higher choline intake had better verbal memory, faster processing speed, and were 28% less likely to show signs of cognitive decline. I had a patient, Marlene, 73, from Iowa, who said she was forgetting grocery lists, leaving the stove on, and felt mentally foggy. We added 2 eggs a day to her routine, scrambled in olive oil. After a few weeks, she told me, "Doc, I don't feel like I'm chasing my thoughts anymore." Eggs are one of the top sources of lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 antioxidants that accumulate in the retina. These compounds act like internal sunglasses, protecting your eyes from oxidative stress and blue light. A 2020 review in the journal Nutrients showed that older adults who ate eggs regularly had denser macular pigment, which reduces the risk of age-related macular degeneration, AMD, by up to 26%. In the US, AMD is the leading cause of blindness in adults over 65, and yet most seniors don't realize that breakfast could be their first line of defense. Vitamin D is essential for absorbing calcium and maintaining bone density, especially for postmenopausal women and adults over 70. One large egg provides about 44 IU of vitamin D, which is roughly 10% of the daily recommended intake. While it's not a huge amount on its own, pairing eggs with other sources like fortified milk or safe sun exposure helps bridge the gap. According to the NIH, over 40% of Americans over age 65 are vitamin D deficient, putting them at higher risk of fractures and osteoporosis. Eggs offer a simple, natural boost. This is the part that surprises most people. Yes, eggs contain cholesterol, about 186 milligrams per yolk, but dozens of studies now show that dietary cholesterol has minimal impact on blood cholesterol for most people. A 2019 meta-analysis in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found no link between egg consumption and heart disease in healthy adults. Another study from the Cleveland Clinic showed that moderate egg intake, 1-2 per day, actually improved HDL, good cholesterol levels, in seniors without raising LDL, bad cholesterol. And remember, cutting out eggs often leads seniors to replace them with refined carbs or processed meat, which actually increases cardiovascular risk. Eggs are naturally low in carbs and have 0 added sugar, making them ideal for seniors managing type 2 diabetes or metabolic concerns. A 2018 randomized trial in metabolism, clinical and experimental, found that overweight adults who ate eggs for breakfast had greater blood sugar control, lower insulin resistance, and reduced hunger hormones compared to those who ate a bagel or cereal. Eggs also help regulate appetite thanks to their high satiety score, keeping you fuller longer, so you're less likely to snack on sugary foods. The healthiest ways to cook eggs: try them boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled in olive oil. Avoid deep frying or pairing them with processed bacon. Add spinach or avocado for a nutrient-rich combo. And yes, the yolk is good for you, don't skip it. The fourth food is a very natural and healthy oil: extra virgin olive oil. Let's talk about extra virgin olive oil, not just as a cooking fat, but as a daily health tool, especially for those of us over 60. EVU is rich in monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid, and loaded with powerful polyphenols that act as natural anti-inflammatories. That's a big deal because chronic inflammation is at the root of most age-related diseases, from heart attacks to arthritis to dementia. One of the most compelling studies comes from the PREDIMED trial, a large randomized clinical trial out of Spain published in the New England Journal of Medicine. Researchers followed 7,447 older adults, ages 55-80, at high risk for cardiovascular disease. Those who consumed at least 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil per day as part of a Mediterranean diet had a 30% lower risk of heart attack, stroke, and cardiovascular death compared to those on a low-fat diet. Even more impressively, LDL oxidation, bad cholesterol damage, was reduced by up to 40%, and HDL function improved, making it easier for the body to remove cholesterol buildup from arteries. Your brain is about 60% fat, and the kind of fat you eat matters. EVU contains unique compounds like oleocanthal, which not only reduce brain inflammation, but may help prevent the buildup of beta amyloid plaques, the sticky proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease. A 2021 study published in Alzheimer's and Dementia found that older adults who added 2 tablespoons of EVU daily for just 6 months showed improved working memory, verbal fluency, and reduced markers of neurodegeneration on brain scans. In another 2019 study out of Temple University, mice fed a high-fat Western diet developed cognitive decline, but the group that also consumed EVU had fully preserved learning ability and memory, and less inflammation in the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. EVU doesn't just provide nutrients, it helps you absorb other essential ones. Vitamins A, D, E, and K are fat-soluble, meaning your body can't fully use them unless you eat them with a fat like olive oil. So if you're eating spinach, eggs, sweet potatoes, or steamed broccoli without any added fat, your body might only be getting half the benefit. Olive oil also acts as a mild natural laxative, which can help seniors who struggle with chronic constipation, a common issue due to slower motility and certain medications. A 2020 study published in Clinical Nutrition found that 1 tablespoon of EVU per day improved stool consistency and frequency in elderly patients over 65 better than fiber supplements. Those same polyphenols and vitamin E found in EVU also protect the skin from oxidative stress, one of the main drivers of aging skin. In a 2021 study published in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology, seniors who consumed olive oil daily showed 22% less wrinkle depth, improved skin hydration, and better elasticity compared to those who didn't. For joints, the anti-inflammatory effect can help reduce morning stiffness and pain, especially in osteoarthritis. A clinical review from Nutrients, 2019, found that patients who consumed EVU regularly reported lower pain scores and less joint swelling, even without changes to medication. Use EVU raw when possible. Drizzle it over salads, roasted vegetables, soups, or even eggs. You can cook with it at medium temperatures under 375°F without losing its benefits. But avoid deep frying with it, that breaks down its antioxidant properties. Choose extra virgin, cold pressed, in a dark bottle and stored away from heat and light. The bitterness or peppery finish, that's a sign of freshness, and those are the polyphenols doing their job. The 5th food is butter. Let's talk about avocados. They're more than a breakfast trend. They're packed with heart-healthy fats, fiber, potassium, and essential nutrients that can protect your body as it ages. For seniors, this one fruit supports cardiovascular health, digestion, blood sugar control, and even appetite management, all with just 1 scoop from the skin. One of the biggest benefits of avocados is their monounsaturated fat content, especially oleic acid, the same heart protective fat found in olive oil. These fats help reduce LDL, bad cholesterol, increase HDL, good cholesterol, and lower inflammation in the arteries. A 2022 study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association followed more than 110,000 U.S. adults for over 30 years. It found that people who ate 2 servings of avocado per week had a 16% lower risk of cardiovascular disease and a 21% lower risk of coronary heart disease, even after adjusting for lifestyle, smoking, and other dietary habits. Even more striking, when participants replaced half a serving of butter, margarine, or processed meats with the same amount of avocado, their risk of heart disease dropped significantly. Older adults often struggle with high sodium intake and low potassium levels, a combination that strains the heart and kidneys. Just 1 medium avocado contains 700-900 milligrams of potassium, more than a banana, and nearly 20% of the daily recommended intake for seniors. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, increasing potassium while reducing sodium intake can lower blood pressure and reduce the risk of stroke by up to 27% in adults over 65. Avocados are also loaded with fiber, about 10 grams per fruit, including both soluble and insoluble types. This fiber not only feeds your healthy gut bacteria, but also helps prevent constipation, a common issue in older adults due to slower gut motility and medications. A 2020 randomized controlled trial from UCLA found that participants who ate 1 avocado per day for 12 weeks experienced improved stool consistency, less bloating, and increased levels of gut-friendly bacteria like bifidobacterium. Because avocados are virtually carb-free, just 2 grams of net carbs per 100 g, they don't spike your blood sugar. In fact, the combination of fiber plus healthy fats slows digestion and blunts post-meal glucose spikes, a huge benefit for seniors with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. In a 2019 study published in Nutrients, older adults who added avocado to their meals had up to 25% lower blood glucose levels 60 minutes after eating compared to meals without avocado. The same study found improved insulin sensitivity, meaning the body processed glucose more efficiently, especially in adults over 60. Another benefit, feeling full longer. Avocados are one of the highest scoring foods on the satiety index, meaning they keep you satisfied and reduce cravings between meals. In a 2013 study published in the Nutrition Journal, participants who ate half an avocado with lunch reported 40% lower desire to eat for the next 3 hours and 28% less hunger compared to those who didn't eat avocado. For seniors trying to manage weight or reduce snacking, this can be a game changer. Many essential vitamins like A, D, E, and K are fat soluble, which means they need healthy fats, like avocado, to be properly absorbed. So even if you're eating plenty of vegetables, if you're not pairing them with a fat source, you could be missing out on half the nutrition. A 2014 study in the Journal of Nutrition showed that adding avocado to a salad increased the absorption of carotenoids like beta-carotene and lutein by over 400% compared to salads without fat. How to eat them? Keep it simple. Add slices to your salad, mash into toast, blend into smoothies, or just eat it with a spoon and a sprinkle of pepper. Pair it with fiber-rich carbs or protein and avoid over-relying on processed spreads. The sixth food is wild-caught salmon. The human brain is nearly 60% fat, and omega-3s are a key building block. Multiple studies show that seniors who consume fatty fish like wild salmon maintain better memory, focus, and verbal fluency as they age. A 2021 review published in Nutrients analyzed 15 randomized controlled trials and found that older adults supplementing with EPA and DHA amounts found naturally in salmon showed significant improvements in working memory and processing speed. Meanwhile, the Framingham study, a long-term U.S. health survey, found that adults with higher omega-3 levels had a 47% reduced risk of Alzheimer's disease. Heart disease remains the #1 cause of death in seniors, but fish like wild salmon are one of the few natural foods proven to directly protect the heart. A 2019 Harvard meta-analysis in JAMA Internal Medicine found that individuals who consumed 2-3 servings of fatty fish per week had a 27% lower risk of fatal heart attacks. The omega-3s in salmon reduce triglyceride levels, lower blood pressure, and prevent plaque buildup in arteries. The American Heart Association has endorsed salmon specifically for older adults, recommending 2 servings weekly to prevent cardiovascular events. And it's not just about the fat. Salmon is also high in potassium, which helps counteract sodium's effects, and taurine, a lesser-known amino acid that improves arterial function and reduces blood vessel stiffness, key in preventing hypertension after 60. After age 60, inflammation becomes one of the leading drivers of joint pain, stiffness, and chronic disease. That's where salmon really shines. EPA and DHA directly reduce the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, the chemicals behind swelling and stiffness. A clinical trial from the University of Pittsburgh found that older adults with knee osteoarthritis who consumed wild salmon 3 times per week reported reduced joint pain and improved mobility within 8 weeks without changing their medication. That rich pink color in wild salmon is from astaxanthin, a carotenoid antioxidant that's been shown to reduce wrinkles, improve skin hydration, and even protect against UV damage. A 2017 double-blind trial published in Marine Drugs had participants over 60 take 6 milligrams of natural astaxanthin, the same amount found in a fillet of salmon, daily. After 8 weeks, they showed improved skin elasticity, 25% fewer fine lines, and better moisture retention, especially in postmenopausal women. Unlike collagen creams or anti-wrinkle pills, this works from the inside out, and wild salmon is nature's richest source. Many seniors are low in vitamin D, which puts them at risk for bone thinning, falls, and fractures. One serving of wild salmon delivers over 500 IU of vitamin D, covering more than 60–70% of the daily requirement for older adults. Salmon is also a complete source of high-quality protein, helping combat sarcopenia age-related muscle loss. In a 2020 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who consumed protein-rich fish like salmon retained more muscle mass and better leg strength over 12 weeks than those on a low-protein diet. That matters for independence. The ability to rise from a chair, climb stairs, or carry groceries all depends on maintaining lean mass. Now, you might ask, why not just buy regular farmed salmon? Here's the truth. Wild-caught salmon contains higher omega-3 levels, fewer contaminants, and no antibiotics, unlike many farmed versions. A USDA analysis found that wild salmon had up to 3 times more DHA than farmed salmon, and far lower levels of PCBs, industrial toxins. If budget is a concern, canned wild Alaskan salmon is a great alternative. Just make sure it says wild on the label. The 7th food is Greek yogurt. Let's talk about plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt, not the sweetened fruit on the bottom stuff, but the thick, protein-rich kind that supports aging bodies in ways most people overlook. For seniors, this one food offers powerful benefits for muscle strength, digestion, blood sugar control, hormone balance, and more, all in just one creamy serving a day. First up, protein. As we age, the risk of sarcopenia age-related muscle loss increases. After age 60, we can lose 1–2% of muscle mass each year, and that loss affects mobility, balance, and independence. Greek yogurt contains up to 20 grams of high-quality protein per cup, including leucine, an amino acid that directly stimulates muscle repair. A 2019 randomized controlled trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed older adults over 70 for 12 weeks. Those who consumed high-protein yogurt twice daily preserved significantly more lean muscle mass and leg strength, even without exercise. Greek yogurt is packed with live active cultures, also known as probiotics, that help repopulate the gut with good bacteria. This is especially important for seniors who take medications like NSAIDs, PPIs, or blood pressure meds, all of which can disrupt gut flora and cause constipation or irregularity. A 2020 study in Nutrients looked at 340 adults aged 60 plus who consume probiotic-rich dairy daily. The result? A 23% improvement in bowel regularity, fewer reports of bloating, and lower incidence of antibiotic-associated diarrhea compared to a control group. Plus, better gut health doesn't just mean better digestion. It's tied to stronger immunity, better mood, and lower inflammation, all critical for healthy aging. Here's where Greek yogurt stands out. It's low in carbohydrates and contains no added sugar if you choose the plain version. One 6-ounce serving typically has only 4–6 grams of carbs and a low glycemic index, making it ideal for seniors with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes. In a 2014 Harvard study published in BMC Medicine, researchers analyzed data from over 180 000 adults and found that eating one serving of yogurt daily was associated with a 14% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The protective effect was strongest for unsweetened Greek yogurt due to its balance of protein and probiotics. Greek yogurt also slows digestion, reducing post-meal blood sugar spikes, especially when paired with high-fiber foods like berries, oats, or chia seeds. Calcium isn't just for growing kids. Seniors need it more than ever. With age, bone density naturally declines, especially in postmenopausal women. 1 cup of Greek yogurt provides 250 milligrams of calcium, along with vitamin D, magnesium, and phosphorus, all of which work together to maintain bone structure. A 2021 review in Osteoporosis International found that older adults who consumed fermented dairy like Greek yogurt daily had higher bone mineral density and a 33% lower risk of hip fractures compared to non-dairy eaters. As we age, hormones begin to shift, not just estrogen or testosterone, but also thyroid hormones, cortisol, and insulin. Greek yogurt helps regulate these through a trio of nutrients: iodine, vitamin B12, and riboflavin, B2. A 2022 study from the Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism found that older women who consumed fermented dairy, especially yogurt, had more stable TSH levels, less mood variability, and better sleep scores compared to those who avoided dairy altogether. Greek yogurt's probiotics may also play a role in lowering cortisol, the stress hormone, that tends to rise with age and contributes to belly fat and insulin resistance. Because of its high protein content and thick texture, Greek yogurt ranks high on the satiety index, meaning it keeps you full longer. In a 2018 randomized trial from Harvard School of Public Health, adults who ate Greek yogurt as part of a calorie-controlled diet lost more abdominal fat and reported 40% lower hunger scores between meals than those who ate low-fat snacks. So there you have it: spinach, cabbage, eggs, extra virgin olive oil, avocados, wild-caught salmon, and plain Greek yogurt. 7 humble foods, but each one is packed with healing power. They're not exotic, they're not expensive, but they are exactly what your body craves after 60 to stay strong, sharp, and active. The truth is, you don't need trendy superfoods or miracle pills. Just real food, real nutrients, real results. So today, make it simple. Pick one, add it to your next meal, and let your body feel the difference one bite at a time. Which one will you try first? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And hey, if you found this helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Give it a like, share it with someone you care about, and be sure to subscribe to Elderly Health Tips, your go-to space for feeling stronger, living longer, and aging with power.